Hi, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to continue talking about law. So first, I want you to please match this vocabulary to the pictures. Please pause the video while you match. Okay, now let's go ahead and check. So the first one is a bee line. Next we have mutt, which is a type of dog. Then we have gavel and plaintiff, which is a person who accuses somebody of something. Okay, great. Now I want you to please read these three headlines. What do you think happened? These are real news. Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable? This is something that was considered in a court case in the United States, and we're going to see what happened here. Batman's good deed and causing a splash. What do you think these court cases could be about? Please pause the video and write down some ideas. Okay, great. Now let's go ahead and read about them. The first one, is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable? The Nix family, tomato producers, sued Edward Hedden to recover fees from transporting their tomatoes. They stated tomatoes were fruits. However, the judge ruled that the tomato is a vegetable due to general knowledge. Were you right? Let's read about Batman. Batman's good deed. A man wearing a Batman suit walked into a police station with a criminal. The police were suspicious, and after they stopped a vehicle with stolen goods, Batman and the criminal, his friend, were arrested, causing a splash. A 22-year-old was fined for splashing a mother and her two children. He hadn't realized a police car was behind him, and he deliberately drove through a puddle to splash the mother and her children. Okay, great. Now, let's continue. What do these words mean? Please pause the video and look for a synonym or a short definition of these words. You're going to need it for the next part. Okay, great, guys. Now that you know these words, let's go to student book page 88. Here you have a new story about this dog. Please read the story. Pause the video while you read it. Okay, great. Now that you finish reading, let's think about this. What is the best summary for the case? Friendly dog likes having different owners. After a long year, dog returns to her owner. Man steals dog and sues the real owner. Well, if you're choosing the second option, after a long year, dog returns to her owner, you are right. Very good. Now, I want you to please write two questions about the reading. You can use any of these prompts. Why did? Why was? What did? What happened when? What was the result of? Or why do you think? Please write down two questions in total. Pause the video while you write them. Okay, great. We're going to use these questions during our class. Let's continue. Now, do you agree with the judge's decision? Why or why not? Once again, we're going to discuss this in class, so let's continue. Now think about strange legal cases that you have heard about. What happened? For example, this one I found, Patrick Chung breaks his arm, and now he is being sued. So not only he broke his arm, the team he's playing for sued him. Okay, great. Have at least one before class, okay? Now, I want you to please read these court cases. Do you think these were true or false? Let's see. A man sued his doctor for giving him a hairy hand, a hand with a lot of hair. A man told the judge he couldn't feel he was speeding because of his new shoes. A man charged with speeding said he was driving fast because his wife was ovulating and they were trying to get pregnant. Someone said he parked in a handicapped spot because he wanted to help someone who was choking, like couldn't breathe. A man charged with a drug charge put a joint on his lawyer's hair before a hearing. Do you think these cases were true or false? Well, guys, all of these are true. They happened. Now, which of these do you think was the weirdest case and why? Please think about this before class. Great. So let's continue. Look at these sentences. Which of these come from the anecdote or the story on page 88, the one about the dog? Please pause the video and think about this. Okay, we're going to check this in class. Now, I want you to please read the sentences again. What is special about them? And how is the word order special? Please focus on the part that is in bold, like neither, nor, so, overcome, and such. Well, if you notice after these linkers, we have a special word order. If you see, we have an inversion, which means that the usual order is subject verb, but here we are using verb subject. Could he? Was she? Was Mallory? Was the predicament? We have a verb and then the subject. Now, whenever you have two verbs, for example, here, or you have an auxiliary verb, you're going to have the auxiliary verb, then the subject, and then the main verb. But that's only if you have an auxiliary one. Now, how do we use so, such, neither, or nor, right? Well, we're going to match the uses here. For example, we use so to adjectives, nouns, combined with other negatives, combined to positive ideas, or combined to negative ideas. Yeah, we're going to use so to combined to positive ideas. And I should use so with adjectives or nouns? With adjectives, very good. Now, I should use such with nouns, right? So that's the difference. So for adjectives, such with nouns. Great. Now, how should I use neither and nor? I use neither to combine two negative ideas, and nor to combine it. Well, we use it with other negatives. So let's go ahead and practice. Let's go to student book page 89, please. Here we have to match the sentence beginnings A to D with the endings 1 to 4. For example, we know that letter A, they didn't release the prisoner, with number 3, and they didn't let his family see him. Pause the video while you match B, C, and D. Okay, great. Now that you have finished matching, I want you to write the sentences in this exercise using inversion. You might need to do any other changes. For example, look at letter A. The original sentence was, they didn't release the prisoner and they didn't let his family see him. So here, since we have two negative ideas, okay, we're going to say, they didn't release the prisoner, comma, nor did they let his family see him. And if you see here, we're separating the past. We're using our auxiliary did, they, let. Okay, great guys. Pause the video while you do B, C, and D. Okay, great guys. We're going to check this in